If you have ever built an API in Python and felt like the framework was against you more than it was working for you, this series is going to change the way you work. We are launching the FastAPI Masterclass right here on Venu Xcode, and we are building it as bytes, short focused videos that teaches you everything up to the production grade level. So even a snacks break could make you learn. By the time this series is done, you will have gone from zero knowledge of Fast API to actually building and deploying a production ready API with confidence. And we are starting today. So let's get our hands dirty. Uh, but before that, what is really Fast API? Fast API is a modern, fast, high performing framework, a web framework, which is used for building APIs with Python. The key features are it is very fast to code, with fewer bugs, and very easy to learn. And the data validation is also pretty good aspect to learn here because it comes with built-in data validations and all. Let's learn that in the upcoming videos. But today we are gonna set up our environment and make our first API call with the fast API. So let's get into the code editor. In this case, I'll be using this editor Z. Like it's one of my best editor, I will say. So and also bear with this thing. Uh, okay. So let's get into the project. We'll be using the UV as package manager, and if you don't know UV, please comment in the chat. So I'll be explaining what is UV and all. But generally, UV is an Python package manager, which is used to manage the environment and all. So if you don't have that UV and you want to follow along the course, just install it. It's a one click away. Just type pip install UV, and that will be sorted. Your UV will be installed. See, I got that requirement also actually because I have UV already. UV version. It defines my version of UV. Okay, and now let's get into the actual thing. And since we are using UV and all to create a package, create a folder, and initialize a folder, we'll be using the commands from UV. So let's get say like UV in it and write your package like folder name. This could be called as Fast API course. So I'll be creating that. And once you create that, see, I'll show you. CD Fast API course. When you open this course, you'll be having a git ignore .python version, which will be directly stating with my Python version, and you'll get a main.py file and a toml file. This is required for all the project dependencies and all. You can clearly have it, and then a README file. So, but let's start with the main.py file. But before that, we need to install the fast API, right? We do else we cannot conclude things and all. So to install fast API, just add uv add and the fast API package name. We are using fast API standard, which comes with that uvicorn built-in. So you don't need to install the fast API and uvicorn both separately. And together as a package, you'll be getting this fast API thing. So just type uv add fast API standard, and that will install your fast API into the documentation. And I'll let you see the change. Like while I'll suggest uv here, see the dependencies are empty here currently. And when once I click this thing now, it will directly install and write this to the dependency folder. So I can keep on tracking the things in an automated way rather than the manual way. So I highly suggest you to shift to UV as a package manager and see that FastAPI has been installed. And to actually check, let's start in the main.py file while clear this and all. Uh, the first thing is that you need to import FastAPI from the FastAPI package. So right from FastAPI, it's import FastAPI. Okay, and once you have imported, you need to create a app type variable that will point out to the fast API class. So it will give us an object. Give me a minute. Sorry. It will give us an object so that we can use however we want. So once you get, you should be knowing this here. The thing is decorators. Decorators are nothing but say, see, when you go to a web app and type something like fastapi.kialago.com something, this whole will be of an URL. And when you click the features here, you see a slash feature appears here. This is called a route. Simply to speak, it will point out to another page which is in this particular DNS or domain thing. So in APIs, this routing is a very essential thing so that it will create an extra page so that we can look up things. So to create a simple route, you need to create that app instance here at the rate app and give a dot, and we'll be having this get functionality. Normally we have this get, post, put, delete, but to call a page we need to use this get functionality so that we can actually retrieve the components from the page, and just type a slash here. This slash is a root. Like if you see, if I take out these features from here and I click backspace and then enter, it directly points out to the FastAPI homepage. In a similar way, if I just keep a slash at the ending and click and enter, the slash haven't appeared. See, I give a slash here and enter, it points out the same page. So the basic thing is a slash is the root page of the entire website or the entire API, and the decorator must be followed by a function like general Python function. I'll just state it as home because it should be my home page, and just a return message here, return something like welcome to fast API course. Okay, and to run our systems, to run this, so now let's run the project. To run it, just type uv run fast API run followed by the file name main.py. And once you type this, you will see pretty good logging here. It will see, I'll explain you. This is a module name that we are stating it contain a main.py file, and then the server is started at localhost 8000. This is the localhost 8000. I will be showing you this, and then you also see a documentation here, which is pretty good, like which is a pretty best feature in fast API, that you don't need to write documentations yourself. It will automatically generate. So let's get into that URL. This is that. Oh, wait. It's 127.0.0.1 home. Give me a minute. Control X and see. I'll pretty zoom this thing up. You see this pretty print. Welcome to Fast API course. And if you, I'll just duplicate this, and if I just type slash docs here, you will see. I'll minimize this. You will see a pretty good documentation here. This will be called as, see, slash home thing. This home is actually the root page. So it will say that the main type is application JSON and all. We'll get into these things and later. Like, but the thing you need to remember here is it will create documentation automatically, and you'll also have this thing. I'll duplicate this tab, and if you type here the redoc thing, it will create another thing automatically where you can actually check things out. We'll be doing this. We'll be covering it in the second segment or third segment. But first, let's get into this part. When you see this, welcome to FastAPI course. It's not a thing to print. See, it's a string to print. Now let's get different. Let's try different things. And if you want to try, let's say we can create another route. Pretty state that at the rate app dot get. Let's say about section ABOUT, and you can pretty much return a JSON. Let's say me SSAG message. Uh, you are in about section. Sorry, I forgot to write a function name. Def about. So once you do this, and if you go and do this thing again to run again, you get this one. And if you type slash about ABOUT here, you will see detail not found. Why? See, the main thing here is you have run the code here, but it is not in a reload stage. If you want to keep it like you'll code along and the documentation or the logs need to be updated, you need to type a different command here. I'm stopping the server and just run uv run fast API and main.py and give a space reload. Just type this hyphen reload so that when you code, automatically the docs and the API gets updated at the backend. So you don't need to waste time here and there to stop the terminal and then run again. And when you just go to this and just give a refresh, you see this message, you're in about section. So if you go to this and give a refresh, you'll see two routes are being updated here. Currently not dealing with parameters, so you get this string slash about and slash home. These about and this home directly points out to the functions we use here. So this is the home function, this is the about function. And if you just get, say this is get home, and then this is get about, and then check, give a refresh. See, it's get home and get about. So you don't need to waste time checking where did the API went wrong. You can directly test it. And the same thing goes to the redox section also. See, there's a get home and there's get about. That is sharing you the function names. So this is all of the in the first video. And if you like the video, please uh, give a thumbs up to the video and subscribe to the channel. And in the next video, we'll be discussing about how to pass data in the URLs rightly here in the field and how to test it in the Swagger UI. So like on the parameters and all, we'll be discussing everything in detail. So that's all for this video. Signing out. Bye.